You're watching The Morning Show on the UPN 38.
Robi is on the road with a car collection that literally is going to blow you away. And why am I not surprised? Robi is actually in one of the cars. Hey, Robi.
Robin, good morning. If we were doing Robi on the road in the 1930s, this is what I would be on the road in, is a 1930 Cadillac V16 all-weather Phaeton. What a gorgeous vehicle. It's owned by Dick Shappy. We're going to introduce you to him shortly. He is a collector and restorer of antique automobiles. Is this sweet or not? And can you believe this vehicle was used as a chicken coop? It was sitting on someone's farm. There were chickens in this thing. Dick himself restored this to its original gorgeous beauty. We're going to show you this car and many more in his collection coming up on Robi on the Road. And Ted and Robin, wait until you see where he lives. The gorgeous view of Narragansett Bay here on Warwick Neck, Rhode Island. So stick around because a lot of beautiful cars and beautiful scenery coming up. Teddy, Robi on the Road is going to take you back to the early 1900s, show you some gorgeous antique cars that are being restored by a Rhode Island man. You don't want to miss it. Stick around on the U.
Well, you know, every town has a story, even your town, and every Tuesday we send Robi to go find it in a segment that we love, and it's called Robi on the Road.
Well, today, the road, I-95 South, Robi heads to Rhode Island and to one of the coolest car collections around. And of course, Robi has been driving around, but it looks like you're standing up. You did get out of the car for just a minute. What's going on down there, Robi?
Well, I don't trust myself to drive any of these antique cars. You know, you've seen me drive an MBTA bus, the damage I could do on that. I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite stories so far. This is Dick Shappy right here. He's dedicated to restoring antique vehicles for future generations. This is his shop. He's got old cars here, motorcycles, everything that he's fixing up. But I got to show you the view of his backyard. Look at this. He lives in Warwick Neck, Rhode Island. That's Narragansett Bay out there. That's what he gets to wake up to every morning and take a look outside. But really, his passion is antique automobiles, as you will now see.
Most people see this as junk. I look at it and I regard it as beauty.
Does this look beautiful to you? Rusted engines, corroded radiators and fenders? Probably not. But Dick Shappy can see the hidden treasure underneath.
But we turn this massive, rusty piece of junk into show quality restorations.
Like this. Sweet, huh? You're looking at a 1933 V16 Cadillac coupe. It took Dick 10 years and many dollars to restore it.
Well, I've always, since I was a little boy, always had a passion for the automobiles. I consider them my toys, and when you get bigger, your toys get bigger.
Dick's toys are mostly vintage Cadillacs stored in his Providence warehouse.
This is a 1930 La Salle, if you remember Archie and Edith Bunker. G.R.O. La Salle ran great.
Those were the days when caddies like this gorgeous 1917 Roadster turned every head. Here's a Prohibition-era caddy known as a rum runner.
They cut the back out, and that's where they would keep all the moonshine. And this was a getaway car.
Dick even owns a one-cylinder that will be 100 years old next year.
I bought it off eBay.
But Dick's prized possession is not even a Cadillac. A Duesenberg is perhaps the most coveted antique automobile ever.
They're referred to as the million-dollar cars. I mean, some Duesenbergs bring as much as $2 and $3 million. They're just very rare and very elegant. I mean, there's nothing finer.
Duesenbergs were owned by royalty and movie stars. Gorgeous, expensive, and fast.
She's very powerful. I'm dying to drive it.
This ultra-rare car had been collecting dust in a Winchester, Mass. garage for 52 years. It still has the sticker from the last time it was inspected. The owner's widow sold it to Dick through a broker. It was one of two doozies discovered in the same year.
Jay found one on the West Coast.
Jay is none other than Tonight Show host Jay Leno. He and Dick are now car collecting buddies, swapping car parts and car stories.
He's a great person, too. He's just he's a true antique automobile car enthusiast. I mean, he's a real deal.
Jay Leno surrounds himself with experts, so does Dick. There's Sean, his mechanic, Nick, his upholstery man, Brock does all the painting, and the Dwyer brothers restore and replace the wood.
Yeah, those holes have got to be plugged.
But Dick Shappy's big boy toy collection doesn't end with cars.
When I was a little boy, I had a toy fire truck. I'm a big boy now, I have a big fire truck. It's still a toy.
He bought this 1927 American LaFrance fire truck, but didn't have to restore it. It has all its original parts.
This is a piece of history right here, and it runs like a brand new vehicle.
Speaking of history, Dick and his team hope to restore this antique Rhode Island trolley back to its glory.
Okay, as you can see, this wood is pretty battered on the ends here.
But in a few years, it will once again look like this, thanks to a man trying to keep history alive.
I believe this to be my calling in life, is to grab these old vehicles and bring them back to life so that future generations can appreciate them.
All right, back out live with Dick Shappy. Dick, you were telling me, you know, your favorite part of this is the restoration. Do you get a little sad after it's all done? You have this gorgeous car, but then the work is done.
Well, I enjoy restoring them. Once I get them done, I sort of put them away and just look at them. And but some of these restorations take between 5 and 10 years, and it's a lot of research. And my thing is to find the parts, do the research, and put them together and make them new again.
All right, it's Tuesday. That means Robi's on the road. Earlier in the show, we saw Robi with a classic car collection down on beautiful Narragansett.
Wow, we couldn't get enough, so we're going back there live to get a look at what you missed earlier. Look at that. Stunning. We're going to have more on that right after the break.
You're watching The Morning Show on UPN 38.
Welcome back if you're just joining us. It's a Tuesday here on The Morning Show. That means Robi's on the road. And for the past half hour, we've actually shot down Route 95 down along Narragansett Bay in Warwick Neck to see some of the coolest antique cars ever made.
And, oh, I love this. And they actually put Robi to work. We don't usually get to see cars like this. At least I don't. So we decided to go back to Robi. And Robi, really, I love that he is putting you to work. You're just trying to suck up so you can get a car.
Totally, Robin. You know, it's not all play. Dick Shappy is paying me only minimum wage here to shine up this nice Cadillac. Let's reintroduce you to the man, the myth, the legend, Dick Shappy over here. He collects and restores vintage cars. And what is the story behind this beautiful Cadillac?
Well, what's truly significant about this automobile is the fact that it's a 1933 Cadillac 16-cylinder car, and there was a total production of only 125 V16s made in 1933.
And this is the last one.
Well, this was the only Fisher-bodied convertible coupe, so it's a production of one.
One of a kind. And I understand you just recently got an offer for this car. How much?
Yes, I did. I just finished the restoration, and I just got an offer of $400,000.
400 grand?
Yeah.
Wow, I'll have to work a lot to earn that money. Now, come over here. This is the car we talked about at the beginning of the show. When Dick found this car, it was a chicken coop?
Yeah, chickens were living in it in Connecticut, and there was an old man guarding.
Old man guarding the chicken coop?
Yeah, he was an old farmer living in the woods, and he's since passed away, but I took it and made it new again.
Incredible. Kent Earl, photographer, come around the front here because I want Dick to tell us about this beautiful piece that covers the radiator. That's real crystal?
Yes, that's what they call a Lalique. Rene Lalique design. It's a signed Lalique piece. You'll see them on Duesenbergs, some Chrysler Imperials, and Caddy V16s.
That is gorgeous. All right, Dick, I got a question for you here as we go back to Ted and Robin. Is there anything you can do about Robin Hamilton's 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit? It's a little rusty around the fenders.
It's a little too new for me.
A little too new for him, Robin. You're out of luck. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that, kid.
I wanted one just looking just like that.
I only have to work about 1 million more hours to buy that car over there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Robi.